When you take a look at the New World, it isn't hard to see which country colonized which region. Most of North America is characterized by English-speaking people, with small patches of French culture mixed in. You go a little farther south into both Latin and South America, and you can easily tell that these regions were colonized by Spain, the exception of course being Brazil, which was colonized by the Portuguese. In Central America, there's one small country that isn't like any of the others. Belize, a country of nearly 360,000 people, was a small portion of Central America that was colonized by the British rather than the Spanish. In this video, I hope to talk about the interesting story of this small anomaly and shed light on this overall pretty overlooked part of the American continent. The Mayans had previously inhabited the land that would later become Belize up until around 900 AD. The first European settlement began after some shipwrecked British privateers and sailors landed on the coast in 1638. These people would later become known as the Baymen. Eventually, the Baymen began to ship back lumber and logs back overseas to Europe. In 1763, the British and Spanish signed a treaty which allowed the British to cut wood as long as they didn't create any fortifications or any major settlements on this land, as this was claimed by Spain. The Spanish would continue to claim sovereignty over this area in a treaty in the year of 1786. However, this changed when on September 10, 1798, the Spanish attacked the Baymen at St. George's Cay. This battle was won by the Baymen and solidified British hegemony over the colony. Even today, more than 200 years later, this day is celebrated as a national holiday and is a source of patriotism and pride in Belize and its citizens. The economy of this region was made up of logwood and eventually the export of mahogany wood to the European industries overseas. Beginning in the early 1900s, Belize also began exporting citrus fruits, sugarcane, and bananas, and to this day still exports these goods and mahogany wood and furniture made from mahogany wood all across the world and is the world's #1 producer of mahogany wood. The original small settlements of Belize Town and St. George's Cay began to grow, and by 1871, the name was changed to British Honduras, and it became an official crown colony. The colony kept growing and was still part of the UK even during the beginning of end of colonialism in Africa. In 1961, Hurricane Hattie destroyed Belize City, and the British government began construction on a new capital in the center of the country. Belmopan, as it would later be called, is still the capital of modern-day Belize. British Honduras became a self-governing colony in 1964 and later on had its name changed to its current name, Belize, on June 1st, 1981. Finally, Belize became its own country on September 21st, 1981. This nearly didn't happen, however. Guatemala still claims over 70% of the small nation. Even as of recording of this video in 2019, the dispute is ongoing. A referendum in Guatemala on whether or not to pursue the reclamation of the territory was held on April 15, 2018, and the Guatemalan people voted 96% in supporting of upholding their claim to the territory. Following its independence, the Belize government asked the UK to have a small military force to help protect the nation. Right now, the dispute is ongoing and sees no end in sight, and the Belize Defense Force fields an army of only around 1,330 personnel with a reserve force of 750 men. This small anomaly is lesser known yet very interesting, and in doing research for this video, I found admiration for the small country and I really do hope to visit there one day. If any of you want to know more about the country of Belize, I will put a link in the description of this video for Geography Now's video covering Belize. It covers the people, the demographics, and the overall layout of the country. This is the first video I've done where I specifically study the history of a certain country, and I really want to do more like this. I hope everybody enjoyed this video, and if you really did, please hit that like button and subscribe. Any bit of support that comes my way helps my channel grow and helps me attain my dream of making a history YouTube channel that is able to provide information on lesser known yet very interesting history, more of a reality. Really, any help and any kind of support means the world to me. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.